Most people lose focus because they let the outside world control their mind. They spend the day giving their attention to everything other than their purpose, to other people's opinions, to distractions, to people who are not building anything, but somehow still have advice for the man who is. And slowly, without realizing it, their mind becomes crowded with voices that have nothing to do with their mission. That is how focus dies. Not all at once. It dies every time you compare your quiet beginning to someone else's public result. It dies every time you let the world pull your attention away from the next useful step. And that is why you need to go silent and focus on your purpose. Not as a way to grab attention, but as a way to refocus your mind and realign with your purpose. Silence is important because your energy is limited. Your focus is limited. And if you keep spending all of it reacting to the outside world, you will have nothing left for the life you are supposed to be building. A man who cannot protect his attention cannot protect his future. Because the world will always give you something to look at, something to fear, something to envy, something to chase that has nothing to do with your purpose. And if you do not become disciplined with your mind, the world will train it for you. It will train you to compare, to doubt, to rush, to measure your worth by the approval of people who do not even approve of themselves. That is why staying silent is not weakness. It is protection. It is discipline. It is a refusal to let every passing voice enter the room where your future is being built. Because the man who is serious about his goals cannot afford to be mentally available to everything. He cannot carry every opinion. He cannot answer every misunderstanding. Some seasons are not meant to be explained. They are meant to be built through, quietly, with your head down and your standards up. Because nowadays, focus is an advantage many do not have. Most people are scattered. Their minds are open doors. Anything enters. Every trend, every opinion, every distraction. And then they wonder why they feel tired before they even begin. Sometimes you are not exhausted because the work is too heavy. You are exhausted because your mind is carrying too much noise. You are trying to build a life while reacting to a world that never stops talking. And that will drain a man. It will make him forget what he wants. It will make him mistake movement for progress. It will make him chase urgency instead of purpose. So, to counter this, you have to go inwards. You have to ask, what do I actually want? Not what looks impressive, but what do you want? Because once a man knows what he wants, sacrifice becomes easier. Not easy, easier. Because clarity gives pain a reason. Clarity tells you what to ignore, what to give up, what to stop chasing. The path to your goal starts becoming visible. A man with no clarity says yes to everything and wonders why he has no energy left for the thing that matters. But a focused man understands that every path has a cost. If you choose one life, you are saying no to another. If you want to build something serious, you cannot also protect every comfort. You cannot keep every distraction. You cannot stay available to every conversation. This is why some people never change. They want the reward of focus without the discipline of silence. They want to win, but cannot stomach the sacrifices that success requires. The path of success gets lonely. Everyone starts out motivated and ready, but eventually most drop off and give up. That is where the separation starts, the lonely middle. The middle is where the real test happens. At the start, people may clap. At the end, people may celebrate. But in the middle, there is often nothing. No applause, no proof, no clear sign that the sacrifice is working. Just repetition, just uncertainty, just another day where you have to do the work without knowing when the results will arrive. And that is where most people quit. Not because they are incapable, because they cannot handle being unseen and feeling uncertain. They cannot handle the silence between effort and reward. But that silence is where your future is built. In the boring and lonely middle. The season where nobody understands why you are so focused, why you are less available, and why you are changing. Let them misunderstand it. You do not need to share every detail with every person. Just stay focused on yourself and stay silent. And keep moving forward, even when it's hard. Because even on those hard days, if you can just take one small step forward, that is enough. There will be days where progress itself is the only win, and that is fine. In hard seasons, you may not fix your whole life in one day. You may not solve the entire problem. But if you made one useful move, that matters. Small progress does not always look impressive in the moment, but small progress compounds. 30 days of small, useful steps will change your direction. 60 days will change your confidence. 90 days will change your entire life. And by the time the outside world notices, the real change has already happened. That is why you should not despise quiet progress. The man who keeps making small progress in silence is not losing. He is separating himself. While others are talking, he is building. While others are distracted by noise, he is making the next step. And over time, that creates distance. Not loud distance, but real separation. The kind that shows up in your habits, your posture, your results. But you have to protect the process, because the outside world will not always support your focus. Some people will doubt you. Some people will question the path. And you have to understand something. Doubters are often right in the short term. It will look and feel as though everything they are saying is true. But this is because the progress is still unseen. Although it may look like they are right in the short term, they are often wrong in the long term. Because they judge the seed before the harvest. They judge the process before the result. That is why you cannot let their doubt become your direction. Their doubt may be loud, but your focus has to be stronger. Because if you keep stopping to prove the progress is real, you will never give it enough time to grow. This is where silence becomes strength. You stop explaining the plan too early. You stop letting every opinion become a negotiation. You learn to move quietly, to work quietly, to let your results speak when the time comes. And until then, You keep going, even with uncertainty, because you finally understand that uncertainty is part of chasing any goal. You will have to make the trade before you know if the outcome will be worth it. You will have to sacrifice comfort before the reward is visible. That is what makes it meaningful. If everything was guaranteed, it would not require faith in the process. It would not require discipline. It would not require courage. But serious goals will ask you to keep moving without full certainty. So do not let uncertainty scatter you. Let it sharpen you. Ask what the next useful step is. Not how do I fix my whole life today. Not how do I guarantee the ending. Ask, what can I do today that moves me 1 inch closer? Then do that. Quietly, without drama, without announcing it. Because the focused man does not need the whole path to be visible. He needs enough clarity to see the next step, and then enough discipline to take it. That is how you survive difficult seasons. You shrink the standard for victory when life becomes heavy, not because you lower your ambition, but because you understand that momentum has to be protected. Some days, victory is not a breakthrough. It is making one useful move, one call, one session, one decision that says, even today I am still moving. And sometimes victory may look like holding everything together and not falling apart. And that is okay. That is how a man stays focused through pressure. He does not wait for life to feel calm. He becomes calm enough to keep building while life is not. He guards his inputs. He watches what he consumes. He notices what weakens him. He stops giving his best attention to things that make him smaller, because what enters your mind eventually shapes your life. So if you want to focus on yourself, start by protecting what gets into you. The videos, the conversations, the comparisons. Cut what needs to be cut. Reduce what needs to be reduced. Walk away from what keeps pulling you backward. Because not everything deserves access to your mind. Not everyone deserves access to your season. The man you are becoming requires space. Space to think. Space to build. Space to fail quietly and adjust. That is why the silence is essential. Silence is where you gather yourself. It is where you remember what matters. It is where you stop living for reactions and start living aligned with direction. And once a man realigns himself with his purpose, he becomes difficult to move. The world can still make noise. People can still doubt. But he no longer belongs to the noise. He belongs to the mission. So stay silent. Not forever, but because this season requires focus more than explanation. Build yourself. Guard your mind. Control your inputs. Protect your energy. Find the next useful step and take it. Then take another. And another. Let small progress become quiet momentum. Let quiet momentum become discipline. And let discipline shape the life you've been thinking about.